Japanese men need to be stopped. I know you can say that it can be all men, but why is the hentai culture so normalized in Japan? People think that Japan is safe, you can go home at night, you can walk alone as a woman, but for me personally, I'm always aware of like the men around me, of anyone that could be suspicious, especially on a packed train, okay? You never know. It's so common for Japanese men to be attempting chikan, which is basically SA, in trains or anything, you know? Did you even know that the phones sold in Japan have to have a shutter sound when you take a photo or a video? Even in silent mode, it goes ding. That's solely because of how common these Japanese men are trying to take photos of women. Like, that's so disgusting. Like, they have to put a law that all the phones in Japan have that. That's how bad it is. Anyway, today's news, I feel like it's just getting skirted over because it's so normal, but for me, it's not normal, and that's what we're going to talk about today. Also, I read the English version, and it was not as shocking as the Japanese version, so I'm going to read out both just to show you why is it getting dumbed down in English. I don't know. But it seems like foreigners are not aware that just because Japan is safe doesn't mean you can like be completely vulnerable and like not be aware of your surroundings, okay? This is from Tokyo Reporter. Oh dear, man targeted female foreign tourists at Nara Park to shoot underwear videos. Nara Prefectural Police have arrested 59-year-old man from Osaka suspected of taking illicit videos of female foreign tourists as they photographed deer in Nara Park. If you're not aware, Nara is famous for the deer, so a lot of people come to Nara to meet the deer, and it's tradition to bow to the deer and the deer will bow back to you, and it's like a cute photo op, right? And you know what happens when you're bowing down, right? If you're wearing a skirt or a dress and you're not aware, then your underwear will show, and that is so predatory. Aiming for foreign tourists, because of course you're not going to think of that when you're going to Nara to meet the deer. Like, I went to Nara recently. I wore a short skirt, but it had shorts underneath. Yeah, that's one thing. You always have to wear shorts underneath. But I was not even thinking about specifically in that moment that people are going to target me for wearing a short skirt. Like, now looking back, oh, that was really short. So, around noon on May 31, Morio Okamoto allegedly took footage up the skirt of a woman as she crouched down to take a photo with a deer around Nara Park. Upon his arrest on suspicion of violating a nuisance prevention ordinance, Okamoto admitted to the allegations. I did it to make money by uploading women's underwear videos to YouTube. I took photos of about 10 people on that day alone. I targeted female foreign tourists. He was quoted at Nara police station. After the incident, footage was found on his smartphone. According to the police, they have repeatedly been receiving reports about this since around November last year. As police continue their investigation, they're urging people to speak up and ask for help from those around them if they become victims. That is not a happy conclusion. This is just the English version. And when I went to the Japanese news, because I wanted to know more information, we're going to read the translated version. Even the headline is different. A man who secretly filmed foreign tourists playing with deer posted a video of them getting a glimpse of their upskirts, earning hundreds of thousands of yen a month. That changes everything. Like, being a pervert, you can monetize that? That is disgusting. Like, ugh. One question, he reportedly stated, if I post a video with underwear on YouTube, the number of views will increase and I will make more money. Hundreds of women were victims. There are a huge number of foreign tourists in Nara Park, and they are all taking pictures of the deer. So even if you point your smartphone at them, they won't notice that you're secretly taking photos. So predatory. Many of the foreign women are wearing short skirts or revealing clothing, and they're interacting with the deer lying on the ground or targeting the underwear of women taking selfies while defenseless. On the day of his arrest, there were 10 foreigners secretly photographed. Smartphones have limited storage space, so he deletes the videos after posting them to YouTube. It seems that the purpose was not to collect videos but to make money. Earning 300,000 to 500,000 yen a month. In the end, it's unknown who was victimized that day, and no report of the crime has been filed. It's believed that several hundred foreign tourists have been secretly photographed so far. Okamoto traveled from his home in Osaka to Nara several times a week to do this. It seems like this was his job. Like, look at the last sentence. Since someone can earn hundreds of thousands of yen a month by pretending to take pictures of deer, it's likely that similar upskirt photographers will appear in the future. So since none of the news articles really gave a conclusion on whether this guy was arrested or not, apparently it's not publicly shared information, which is annoying, but it turns out the victims were never exposed. The person who reported this was just a bystander. And so I'm on this final article from bengoshi.com news, which means lawyer.com news. The YouTube channel, which is said to belong to the man, has had 2,000 videos posted in less than a year, garnering a total of more than 100 million views. That's actually insane. 100 million views. My entire channel doesn't have that. Ugh. Most of the videos show foreign women playing with deer. The ones with the most views are the ones showing what's up their skirts. However, the foreign woman who's visiting the area was unaware that the photos were being taken and posted. Although there are many victims, it's difficult for investigative agencies to identify them. I think that is the reason why this man is not getting served what he should be. The lawyer also pointed out that it may not be possible to prosecute the act of secretly recording and posting the footage, and mentioned the need for measures on the part of the video posting platform. Okay, so now it's YouTube's fault. I feel like there are so many fingers being pointed, because there's also the fact that authorities are issuing a warning to the victims to stay vigilant, but that's pointing the finger to the wrong person. And I think it's just easier to get away with when you're targeting foreigners, because they're just going to leave the country and then nothing will happen, especially if they don't even know what's happening. This is so cruel. The victim has already been found. In an interview, the Nara police station stated no foreign tourists have come forward to report being the victims of voyeurism in Nara Park. In this case, we quickly searched for the victim who may have been photographed, but were unable to find them at the scene. That's, again, because foreign women are not aware that this is even a thing. And that's why I want to talk about it, because I feel like that could have been me. I was literally in Nara recently and wearing a short skirt, trying to bow to the deer repeatedly to get good photos. It says that there is good news though. Nara Prefecture and the police are not just sitting idly by. Starting this year's Golden Week, DJ police have been warning people in foreign languages about the dangers of molestation and voyeurism, stating that in tourist areas within Nara City, nuisance behaviors targeting tourists from Japan and abroad has become a serious problem. I had not heard of this when I went there in February, so maybe things have changed, but apparently 2,000 videos in the last year, that is a lot. And apparently reports since last November. Where were the signs there? I didn't read any of them. There's a huge number of videos on YouTube, but if the original data is deleted from smartphones, it's difficult to prove that the video was posted by that man. If the person is a tourist, they may leave the country within a few days. I know I'm probably going to get comments saying, if you don't like Japan or its culture, then you should just leave. But voyeurism and hentai culture is not, it shouldn't be part of Japanese culture. That's just not right. But it shows how gender dynamics are so different in Japan compared to the West. It's not living in 2050, and there are some cultural aspects that play into it. Like, Japan is extremely non-confrontational, so if someone does get SA, they may not even say anything. Most of the time they won't report it because they don't want to bring shame upon themselves, this shame, and they would rather not confront at all. Like, even for small things within friendships, they would rather just ignore it and look past it than confront their friends and solve their problems. Because these crimes are underreported, they also seem like it doesn't happen as much, but it definitely does. Even sometimes on the train, when a train pauses or there's an announcement that someone has jumped off the train track, yes, there is a problem in that sense. They would rather announce it to be suicide than SA, because in the case of SA, there are two people that are still alive and their reputations can be tainted. There's just so many things that I can't wrap my head around, but yeah, that's why there's even women cars in the trains, and yeah, I don't know how to conclude this, but yeah, I guess this video is pretty much just to say that you should stay vigilant if you're a woman in Japan. If you're a man going to Japan, be like that bystander, because without that bystander being able to report, this man would have kept going, making his full-time job being predatory to tourists in Japan. I guess that's all for today's video. pretty short, but hopefully the next topic will be better. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe, because I will be talking about more things, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think, or if there's any way that this should be prevented, or what else can we do about it? What can we, innocent citizens of the world, do for each other? All right, see ya.